Nurkic is checked in, and a change for the Rockets. Moore's checked in.
And doing some dirty work on the offensive glass.
And then fouls it up Greg with heavy-duty jam on his mind with a terrific putback.
Got a pigeon on that one. Easy money right there, fellas. Going old school on you young fellas. Look that up, pigeon.
Jared Dudley's checked in for Denver. Last outing for Houston, it was a loss to the Lakers in Los Angeles.
And that result was no surprise because they played very loosely with the basketball.
They sure did. There's no question about it. And when you come out on the wrong end of the turnover battle, you're often going to be on the wrong end of the scoreboard as well, Greg. You know that.
Here's Mr. Perfect.
Move the ball and stick
Over
it
to the left wing. From the top of the key, again the Rockets score. The Nuggets shooting in this first quarter, around 38%. They're looking a bit creaky out there. Chandler against Smith. Chandler's shot, good. And the Nuggets lead by 4.
He can be a matchup nightmare if he can get it in the paint.
Here's Mr. Perfect. He's guarded by Jennings. That shot wide open. And it's 8 points for Freak.
He might not have the long-range ability of some other guys, but he will knock down open ones like that.
Hits. Count that one from Nurkic.
4 of their last 5 makes came off of a high-quality shot inside.
Textbook. Really, when you look at how they're playing, they are having their way down low.
No good for Mr. Perfect. Denver leading by 3. A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Yes, Kevin, thanks. I caught up with the Nuggets head coach. This is their first matchup of the season against this squad, and he knows the shot blocking in the middle will certainly be an obstacle. But he said, quote, "We've got to remain aggressive and continue to attack." Guys, he said that putting their bigs in high pick and rolls and shooting the open jumper with confidence will be key. We'll see how they do.
Thanks for getting back to us on that report, Doris. Guys?
You know, they obviously spent the brunt of their time preparing for this game by coming up with ways to attack that vaunted defense.
Attack being the operative word, all in caps. I mean, it has to be an active, assertive approach they use. They can't sit back and be passive.
Moore passes to Mr. Perfect. On the wing, Brewer dishes it to Stoudemire. And there's the basket on the shot from Mr. Perfect. Mr. Perfect's got 10 points.
You know, they've scored several times already here in the first quarter down low. I like that.
It's like a running game in football. When you can pound the basketball inside, it also allows you to control the team's transition.
Those defenders look like they're out of gas. I mean, they're getting pushed around on the low block.
Yeah, but they better rally soon because they've given up 3 straight buckets in the paint. And now we have a chance to check out Freak here. A very nice season. 4th and 3-point field goal percentage, 9th in scoring, and of course, he's got a nose for the ball. He ranked in the top 10 in steals last season.
And, you know, as you said, he was great from downtown. I don't think last year was an aberration. He's one of the deadliest sharpshooters in the game.
Here's Brewer. Pass to Mr. Perfect. And again, the Rockets good for 2.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
Jennings kicks to Chandler. 55 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. That's good.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. Houston shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in the game. Free throw good, Stoudemire. And Stoudemire drops them both. 40 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Screen by Nurkic. It's Jennings with the drive. Takes a big height bounce and goes in. Nurkic has got his third basket of the night right there.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
Denver's gone 0-4 from three-point land to start out, looking cold from outside. The drive by Jennings. Chandler inside the line. No good. Here's Moore. He got it up that time, but it wouldn't fall for him. It's all tied in Denver. And let's take a moment to hear a little bit from Josh Smith about his development throughout his NBA career. Kind of hear that growth in his voice. Houston with a big group substitution here. Amare Stoudemire, he's checked in for Capella. Smith comes in for Trevor Booker. Corey Brewer's checked in for Trevor Ariza. And it's Mr. Perfect in for Mario Chalmers. Fareed and Nurkic in the middle. Harris is out there with Jennings. And it's Chandler in at the small forward. That's the group on the floor for Denver. The pass to Harden. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. Harden's got 8 points.
You know, his ability is matched only by his energy, guys. I mean, he's usually in the middle of everything for his team.
That's good. And it's 8 points for Brandon Jennings.
And started hot, and he's only gotten harder.
They get a hand on it. Jennings with the steal. And pushing it up. Here's Denver. Here's Chandler. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot two. It's going to be on James Harden.
Shooting 100% in the quarter. They've made them all, taking full advantage at the line.
I tell you what, nice job making the most of their opportunities.
And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Nuggets?
Well, I like the fact they've already been getting a lot of high-quality shots in the paint.
And keep an eye on the three-point shooting because that has been a factor as well. If they can maintain that current form, they can be successful.
Jared Dudley's checked in for Fareed. Morris checked in for Houston. Smith the pass to Mr. Perfect. Houston moving the ball around. Stoudemire the screen. Out to the right wing. Mr. Perfect. Great D that time from Jennings.
Man, that is a missed opportunity right there.
And he'll be the first to tell you, Greg, that's one he should have knocked down.
Chandler with a screen for Jennings. It's stolen by Stoudemire. Inside. Shot is good, and the Nugget lead is cut to just one on the basket from Corey Brewer.
The number of points they've scored in the paint already today is pretty eye-opening.
It really is, Clark. The defenders need to do a better job of closing those lanes to the hoop.
It's tipped, leaps for it, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Stoudemire.
Oh, nice play there to get a hand on that pass and tip it out of bounds.
Just a whisker away from coming up with the steal there.
Nurkic dishes to Dudley. The shot by Chandler wide open. Off target with his three.
You know, not only is the game neck and tight, but the rebounding battle is too. Extremely close on the boards.
It's been brutal in terms of the physicality down low.
And it's out of bounds to the Rockets as Houston retains possession. Shot clock at 6. Stoudemire, here we go. Shakes off the strong D and gets the bucket. For 2. Stoudemire's got his third basket of the night. The Nuggets trail. Jennings with the ball. 8 points for him. And another miss by Denver.
He worked himself into a really good position there, right near the basket. That's the look he wanted.
Here's Mr. Perfect. No good on the three. For Denver, they've gotten 7 of their 12 field goal attempts to drop here in the second quarter, up over 50%. And Dudley kicks to Chandler. Chandler with another miss. Houston's gone 2 for 5 from three-point land since the end of the first. Feeds it to Brewer. Screen by Smith, and it's Moore penetrating. Here's Mr. Perfect. Here's Stoudemire, lays it up and banks it in. Now it's a 3-point Houston lead.
His hard work on the backboard really just has given them more opportunities to score.
Jennings with the bucket.
This guy's really heated up this quarter, starting to percolate. That's his third in the period after being shut out in the first quarter.
Here's Mr. Perfect. No good.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
And here's Dudley for 3. It's rebounded by Houston.
You know, even though he missed that one, great shooters have a way of feeling when they've got enough room to pull the trigger.
No doubt about it. The defense, you can see him exhaling right now. Fortunate that he didn't knock that one down.
The shot's good from Mr. Perfect.
Man, that is not an easy shot right there. I mean, he had to get it off over a much taller defender.
Yeah, he needed to add just a little more loft on that one because of the size mismatch, and he did it perfectly.
And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. A great opportunity for a three-point play. And let's take a moment, guys, to get your take on the scoring so far for the Rockets.
Well, I'll tell you what, they must have had a good shoot-around because they've been fantastic from long range so far, fellas.
And also, it's been a positive to watch that they've attacked the paint offensively as well. It's really been about the balance that they've shown.
Ball stolen, and it's the Rockets on the break. The shot's good from Smith. Smith's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Really not hard to see why they're giving up points on this run. I mean, they've just given them too many looks inside.
Yeah, and usually when a team goes on a run like this, it's because they are getting too many opportunities on the inside. Make them beat you from deep.
3 on the clock, and the shot is good. Harris has got his first 2 points of the night. Rockets leading by 3. The shot and game clock separated by 4. Inside, Jennings with the steal. Harris, right side. Chandler inside the line. That falls. Great assist by Brandon Jennings. Jennings has got 4 assists now tonight. Shot from 12. That misses. Would have counted had it gone in. And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that has been very close so far. The Rockets on top, up by 1. From the Pepsi Center in downtown Denver, we're back in a moment. Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half. Getting under Denver with a platoon swap here on the floor. Houston with a big group substitution here. Stoudemire's checked in for Trevor Booker. Brewer comes in for Trevor Ariza. Morris checked in for